NBA Straya. How are you going? Hey, you're right. You should be. Why is that, Jim? Well, it's Wednesday, Hump Day, May 28th, all day. I'm your host, James Clements, here in Larry Armour Studios, and the New York Knickerbockers of New York are on the brink of elimination. Oh, geez. So that's what today's show is all about. I'm actually still a little bit, cooked, a little bit under the weather. Might try to keep this one a little bit short, but we're going to wrap up Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Knicks, Pacers. What a game it was. A bit of revenge in there as well. Haliburton had an incredible game. So we'll talk about that in the NBA Straight Game Wrap. We'll do That's Not an iPhone, Mate. No, mate. Spud of the night. Better than Lonzo Ball. We've got some listener, the unpopular opinion of the day at Outback Takehouse. We were serving up a flame grilled take. Yesterday's flame grilled take is flying. Fix the foul game, Jim. I will. Even got a shout out on the broadcast today. We'll do a very brief Andrew Gay's Great Mamba Award, but then we'll do a great moment in NBA Australia stat history as well, and then pick and preview tomorrow's Game 5 of the Western Conference Finals, which will be very fun. So without further ado, let's get into it. Episode 1277 of NBA Australia. Let's go!
Hey, what's up? This is Nick Hexum from 311, and you're listening to NBA Straya.
Watch out for the Shaq attack.
You better. Especially if you're one of the producers there on Inside the NBA. Hey, it might be the last Inside the NBA. Next game. Jeez. Anyway, Shaq was quite literally like curling, bicep curling, one of the producers or just one of the dudes around the set today, which is like, oh yeah, just remember how big Shaq is compared to normal people. Hey, let's start today's show the way we start every show here at NBA Australia. What's that, Jim? What is it with? What is it? Oh, is it a... it's a whip around. There we go. Just put me in mind every time the squid is picked up by old mate and they're out the side gate. So they call me on my phone, and it's just the most dad thing in the world. So you're on the speakerphone in the car, and baby squid is like, can you open this eye gate? And I'm every time without fail like, who is this? It never fails to crack me up. Hashtag Dad Straya. Let's do some news from today. Not a giant amount, but because we had a whole bunch of folks decamping to like Indiana. You had the McAfee show over there, so Shams pops up on that. And he talks about Shams, as I said on yesterday's show, just a legitimate weird unit, right? Just a weird unit. But at the same time, it's like when he says stuff like, this is the most, I think, anticipation team executives have had over an offseason. I think this offseason might be the most craziest ever. Just proving once more that his grammatical syntax is completely cooked. You call yourself the most craziest ever. What a moron. Journalist, get out of here. But anyway, look, his entire point was because there's so much parity in the NBA, there's going to be teams that are pushing chips in, teams that are going, oh God, the second apron, I want to save some money. What are you doing playing professionals? Why do you own a team if you're not going absolutely balls out? I'm just saying. Either way, so when Shams says stuff like that, yeah, it sort of feels like there'll be a little bit of chaos this offseason. We kind of knew that anyway. But then the couple of names that get thrown out, you're like, oh yeah, Giannis, KD, look out. Speaking of which, there was a little bit of, there's a nugget in there as well about KD and the Spurs. Apparently there was mutual interest between the Spurs and KD at the trade deadline, which is, yeah, that tracks. KD going, hey, is that an awesome team that I could just leave this team for and go and join because I'm a quitter? Yes, it is. Okay, see you, boys. Ta-da. Also, the Spurs have everybody's picks that aren't owned by OKC or Utah or Houston, so they can get the deal done. It's like, hey, Phoenix, here's a little bit of a lifeline. Here's a couple of picks for you. Off we go. Not bad, don't mind that. KD next to Wembanyama and Bryce Harper. Maybe you keep Chris Paul around just to see what happens. And LeBron James, the last little bit on LeBron. Shams reported that he's likely to opt in with his massive, 50, 60+ player option, and that's the plan. He's still got a month to figure it out, apparently, so we'll see what happens. Russell Westbrook announced that he was undergoing right hand surgery as well. Poor Rusty. A couple of breaks in there during the season. Yes, that explains his shit shooting. Hey, let's do some game wraps. Game wrap. The one single game wrap from today was the Eastern Conference Finals Game 4. Woo, boy. Was anticipation high for this, Jim? Yes. It really, really was. Apparently, so this is also sort of news, there was a Pacers fan who stabbed 2 Knicks fans at a brewery during Game 2. I don't know. I personally don't take knives to breweries. Or, I don't know. They do have very large steak knives a lot of the time if you're doing food. But anyway, and my other favorite thing, so that's one fan. You flip it around and you go, oh, yes, remember how New York Knicks fans, there's just a lot of scumbag Knicks fans out there, right? They're not all scumbags. We get that. They just have a large scumbag quotient, right? And I loved it. The Pacers are like, all right, so, hey, here's this Sergio, or whatever his name was. Our man is out there because, because he went viral for repping Tyrese Haliburton's jersey around Madison Square Garden. It's like, what? That's not why he went viral. He went viral because scumbag Knicks fans were throwing fucking rubbish at him. Like just fucking trying to KO him with rubbish bags. Because again, quotient, scumbags, Knicks, high. Anyway, I love the Knicks fans. I love the Knicks. I really wanted the Knicks to win today. I'm wearing the Pacers hat. I get it, but still. But even the Pacers couching it, it's just fucking weird. Like, why? One of my big bugbears is like, why couch terms? It's like he got garbage thrown at him because he was a Pacers fan in New York, and New York fans, again, large quotient of scumbags, threw garbage at him. And Tyrese Haliburton and the Pacers flew him out for Game 4. It was awesome. But it's just weird that the Pacers were, oh yeah, he went viral for wearing a jersey. What else did he go viral for, Pacers? Say the quiet bit out loud. Your opposition scumbag fans. That's what it was. Anyway, the anticipation was massive. 2-1 going into this game. Can the Knicks even it up? Can the Pacers get one win away from their first NBA Finals in 25 years? And then it unfolded the exact way you'd want it to be if you're a Pacers fan, right? 130-121. Basically, they're like, hey, remember that much vaunted Knicks defense? Yeah, we're just going to have our way with it. Also, Aaron Naismith was good to go. Did we take my own advice yesterday, Jim? No. Where I said, basically, if Naismith is good, they are almost unbeatable. No, he's hitting every shot as well. They looked awesome. And so much of this is like just trying to get Indy to play the way they don't want to play. And the Knicks just could not force it at any point in this game. You start off with this really fast start. Everybody's hitting shots. It's going back and forth. Cat has two again, and this is a big shock, I know. Karl Anthony Towns, the big pussy, had 2 shockingly shithouse fouls really quickly that were exceedingly dumb. I know. I'm as shocked as you are. But anyway, the thing was, they had 7 fast break points already in the first 8 minutes, did the Pacers. Haliburton already had 12 and 5. And you're like, oh, God. But Brunson was looking pretty good for the Knicks. Siakam, he was like filling in the gaps as well. And like, there was this moment where early on, and even in a game like this, we learned yesterday with that Wolves OKC game, if you're getting offensive rebounds, if you're getting other second chances, you got to have second chance points. And if you don't, you let those opportunities go begging, it'll come back to bite you in the ass. It's exactly what happened with the Knicks. There was a moment really early on. They had 2 offensive rebounds. They miss all these threes. They go back up the other way. Siakam hits a layup. And you're like, oh, what are you doing, Knicks? And then there's this 10-2 run by the Pacers at the end of the quarter. And you're like, yep, that tracks. So it's 43-35 after 1. Everybody's hit all the shots. It's 13-23 for the Knicks. Pacers are 15-22. And then the start of the second quarter, they've got Bradley on Josh Hart. Because, of course, remember, they had the other Mitch Robinson start again. They changed the starting lineup. Basically, so it's what Hart doesn't play the first bits of the first and third quarters. Anyway, it leaves Siakam on Cat to try to match up with his speed and stuff, which is pretty interesting, I thought. The Knicks are just sort of hanging around. They catch up to them. It's 51-51. The defense of the Knicks is stepping up. Indy's offense suddenly looks really disjointed and a bit gross. Haliburton sort of comes in. Pacers are still missing shots, down to 18-31 from the floor, which is still very, very good. But the turnovers were still just there time and time again for the Knicks. They had 7 halfway through the second quarter. It was brutal. Bad shots everywhere. It just grinds to a halt this game. 51-51. No one's moving the ball. And so much of this is sort of the Brunson-centric aspect of what the Knicks do. Sometimes it's beneficial because it's the end of the game. We'll get it to Brunson. He'll hit a bunch of shots. Sometimes it's stuff like this where it's like, just fucking move the ball. The ball finds energy. Move. What are you doing? Move. And they weren't moving. Anyway, there's a big Nemhard 3 with like 2 minutes left in the second quarter. They started 6 of 8 from downtown. They go 2 of 7 the next little bit, the Pacers. So they're a little bit of a drop off, but the Knicks fight back. You have this horrible Bridges shot with a minute 20 to go in the half, and you're like, what the hell is that? 6-0 run from the Pacers. They get up 69, 64, 69. Nice. And this lack of composure from the Knicks is just, if you're a Knicks fan, you'd just be screaming at your tally, right? 9 turnovers in the first half, and then boom, here comes the Pacer-lanch, right? At the start of the third quarter, you turn around, and it's like a 12-point game. The Knicks start off with 4 missed shots and 2 turnovers. You're like, aha! This is where you dig your hole. Are you going to be able to come back from it this time, Knicks? And the answer was no. No, they can't. So they were just like continuously just sort of pushing and prodding at the Knicks defense. You had just these weird moments, right? You got Robinson on Turner and stuff like this. And then you sort of see what Siakam can do to recover on these defensive possessions. And it just made everything so hard for the Knicks. And then, look, you have these incredible moments throughout this third quarter where you have like a dubious cat and one call that he actually hits. But Benny Mathurin just kept getting to the free throw line. And he had a really, really good game. But it's this stretch in the third quarter where they just keep their noses in front, right? It's 96-89. Brunson's sort of gotten his free throw game going as well. Siakam's doing a little bit of work, doesn't matter. But Brunson sort of got it down to 96-89. And the Knicks just can't get any stops. And that happens again. Haliburton hits this huge three. It's 99-89. And then boom, you have a McBride miss. The Knicks just can't close these quarters. And then a really dumb foul by Josh Hart at the very end of the quarter with 1.1 seconds left. It's a 9-4 run to close out the quarter again by the Pacers. They're up 11. That's 3 straight quarters where they've just fucking completely lost the plot and let the Pacers just finish out the quarters and just basically give them the old 1-2 Costa Zoo time and time and time again. You add up those fucking differences at the end of the quarters and guess what? That's how you lose basketball games. So it's 102-91 going into the fourth. It's like Shamit, Landry Shamwow hits a 3. It's answered straight away. And that's the story of the fourth quarter. Siakam hits a 3. It's 111-96. And you're like, there's 9 minutes and 50 seconds left. This is it. OG Anunoby hits this huge 3 as the clock expires. It's like, oh, here we go. 111-99. Indy have a turnover. And guess what happens? Karl Anthony Towns has a wildly fucking stupid offensive foul. Indy turnover again. You got to take advantage. And then they do not get a call. OG gets mugged at the fucking rim, BT Dubs. It's ridiculous they don't call it. And there's just some absolute fuckery in a bunch of these foul calls from here on out where there's like 3 straight team fouls on New York where like Josh Hart's going for a loose ball and they call a foul. It's like, it's fucked. But the Knicks are just completely unable to make any inroads for like a couple of minutes. And they sort of get to the line. Hart keeps missing free throws. But Bridges hits a big 3, drags it back down to a 10-point game. It's 115-107 after some OG Anunoby free throws. Nemhard misses. It's 4:45. It's an 8-point game. Towns has his putback. It's a 10-2 run from the Knickerbockers. It's 115-109. Siakam hits a massive 3. Bridges answers. Oh, God. Hart misses, though, after Haliburton just cuts through everybody and the Knicks aren't paying any fucking attention. Hart misses, gets his own putback. It's still a 6-point game. The Knicks literally just need, like, some stops, and they're in this game. And they foul. It's a 7-point game. OG turns it over with an offensive foul. It's brutal. There's this weird foul call on Cat, who has his knee ran into and he's hobbling around everywhere. Turner pushes Cat, and so that gets overturned. And then the Knicks just take this horribly fucking shit shot. 2 minutes left. They're down 7. Another shit shot. OG blocks Siakam up the other end, and then boom. They inbound the ball to Siakam. He gets fouled. It's a horrible... Should have been a 5-second call from the fucking refs. But this is it. The Siakam foul, he hits both free throws. It's 123-114 with a minute 30 left. Time after time. They just can't get a fucking stop when it actually matters, the Knicks. Hart fouls out. Turner's fouled out. They hit some free throws. There's 47 seconds left. It's 123-116. And you're like, this is the last gasp effort for the Knickerbockers of New York City. And ain't no stopping. OB topping. There's like 2.7 seconds left on the shot clock. They inbound. He kicks it out. Haliburton passes it to him. He lines it up. Bang! OB topping. Ain't no stopping. OB Toppin's revenge! 126-116. The Knicks are done like a dinner. And pack her up, boys. You were done. The rest is just window dressing. There's like a Bridges 3 in there and shit. So what does it end up? 130-121. The Pacers are 1 win away from the NBA Finals. How'd they get there, Jim? Tyrese Haliburton was amazing. Brunson as well. He had 31 points, 5 assists, and 3 turnovers. Jeez, Jim, is not bad. 9 of 19 from the floor, 2 of 6 from 3. Pretty good. But as a team, the Knicks had 17 turnovers, and we're fucking just like, it's the easiest shit in the world to go, yep, turnovers. That fucked them. But it's also wildly accurate. They go 12 of 29 from downtown. Cat has 24 and 12. Ends up with only 4 fouls. But it felt like every time he got taken out, they just got fucking straight killed. And it's also one of those games where you're like, hey, Cat, can you just not fucking just have these commit stupid fucking fouls at the exact, like, worst possible fucking times? Can you just not do that? And he's like, oh my God, no, I can't do that. Hey, man, I can't do that. It's like, okay, Cat, the big pussy, just... It's like when he turns a corner and realizes he's bigger and faster than everybody, he's unstoppable. But he just fucking just can't get it through his head to not foul. It's so frustrating. Bridges ends up with 17 points, but they're running a bunch of fucking plays through him down the stretch, the Knicks. And it's like he's fucking just thinks he's Ray Allen. Like, it's weird. They attribute a couple of weird other shots that don't go to him, but either way. I personally... am not an NBA head coach. Not yet. When it's clutch time and you're down, my personal preference would be to give it to the player on my team who won the fucking Clutch Player of the Year award for the entire league. Jalen Brunson. Maybe just get him the fucking ball, right? And it just felt like they were overthinking it sometimes and they completely fucking cooked it. Bridges was fine-ish. 6 of 15, 4 of 5 from deep. It felt much worse. But anyway, OG ends up with 22 points. He goes 1 of 7 from deep. Hart had 12 points, 11 rebounds, 5 turnovers. And at times you're like, is he just like the best player on the Pacers right now, Josh Hart? Jesus. Anyway, so that was kind of it for the starters. But for the Knicks, the bench, Deuce goes 1 of 3. Delon Wright goes 1 of 1 from downtown. Sham Wow goes 1 of 3. The other Mitch Robinson has 2 points. Was it 7? No, 6 points, 7 rebounds. And they just didn't get like the Deuce game. They didn't get like Sham Wow hitting 2 threes. And it just wasn't quite enough, right? When Siakam and Haliburton fucking played out their ass. Siakam's out with 35 and 2. And that was like, oh, that's a pretty good Siakam game. And it fucking completely pales in comparison to Tyrese Haliburton's historic, insane triple-double. So 30 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists for Siakam. You're like, wow, he must have been the best. Nope. Tyrese Haliburton was so fucking good in this game. It's literally the first time anyone in NBA playoff history has had 32 points, 12 rebounds, 15 assists, and 0 turnovers. He also had 4 steals. He went 5 of 12 from deep, 11 of 23 from the floor. That is an ass kicking. I'll tell you what. Outside of that, though, the rest of the Pacers were really fucking good. Turner, 13 and 3. Naismith had 16 and 3. Nembhard played the game I expected Naismith to have. He went 1 of 9. It was horrible. But Benny Mathurin, 20 points off the bench. Fantastic stuff. Topping with his dagger. Revenge 3. That was awesome. Ends up with 5, 2, 2, and 2 steals. TJ McConnell, 6-3, sort of helped change the vibe of the game at times for the Pacers, but also a couple of weird missed shots that sort of let the Knicks have a bit of a sniff. Ben Shepherd only got out there for a little bit, but either way, the Pacers are now up 3-1. Same as OKC against Minnesota. Oh boy, Adam Silver's worst nightmare is 2 wins away from happening. What a world. Great win by the Pacers, though. They basically gave up, just enough of like the sort of back and forth. Like defensively, they're like, yeah, look, we'll probably just get some stops when it matters, but they can't stop us. And it's so frustrating if you're a Knicks fan just looking at this going, yeah, we can't stop them. How? It's a little bit easy to stop the Knicks, it feels like, on offense as well, because they're just like, we're not going to fully utilize Cat. He's always in foul trouble. And Brunson's vaguely easy to predict because he's just going to fucking dribble the shit out of the ball. So anyway, let's do an NBA Straya approved performance of the night. Pretty easy to figure out where this one's going to go.
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
Yeah, it's probably going to go to the bloke who had the stat line triple-double that's never happened in NBA playoff history before. 32, 12, and 15 with 0 turnovers and 4 steals. Tyrese Haliburton. God damn, that was a good game. 11 of 23 shooting, as I said, 5 of 12 from deep. 5 of 6 at the line. His dad was in attendance again, as I mentioned on yesterday's show, fighting John Haliburton. He was a plus 16 in a game they won by 9. Not bloody bad. He played 38 minutes, so that's pretty fucking good. But seriously, no one has ever done this in the history of the NBA playoffs. What an absurd stat line. Yes, that's not a knife, that's a fucking knife. Obi Toppin with his massive dagger 3, very cool. Who got in the ball? Tyrese Haliburton. What a game. He just sort of controlled it. Every time he came back in, the Pacers just like lit up and looked so much fucking better. It was crazy, the difference. He was instrumental early on, getting them going, getting that pace that they wanted to play at, absolutely rolling. Every time he sat, it just looked shit house. So, Haliburton, that's a fucking knife. Where can we put this game, though? 32, 12, and 15, 4 steals, and 0 turnovers. Well, there's only one place for this one to go.
This is going straight to the pool room.
You better believe it. What a fucking game. Pacers. Yeesh. All right, Spud of the night.
Spud, 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 it is Spud of the night.
Spud of the night. Yeah, look, we can go, Andy Nemhard, what are you doing, bro? 1 of 9, man. That's pretty shit, Jim. It is. It is a bit shit. It's a shit shooting night for Andy Nemhard. He had 3 points, 3 assists, only the 1 turnover, 1 steal, 1 and 2 from deep. Josh Hart, the 5 turnovers were pretty fucking bad. And it feels like the Knicks turnovers, it's just like every time, it's like a momentum stopper. It's like they feel like they're getting into a bit of a groove. We've turned it over again. What are you doing? But we don't often do this, so it's a little bit of a zag. The spot of the night is going to go to a bloke who had 24 and 12. Karl Anthony Towns. He was a +3 in 37 minutes. Jalen Brunson played 37 minutes as well. OG plays 40. But Cat, it's not even like his on-court production where he's spudding it up. The spudding it up is the stupidest fucking fouls you've ever seen in your life. That, again, these are momentum killers, right? He's out there. His team's playing well. He commits a fucking stupid foul again. He has 2 really quick early fouls. Tibbs got to sit him. You've also got to sit him early in like the second quarter. And it completely fucks the flow of your team. And it's the Knicks. It's a game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals. All you have to do is not be a dumbass. And Cat's like, yeah. Oh my God, I can't do that. And it's like, okay. So we're actually going to give Spud of the Night to Cat and his stupid fucking fouls. God, it was brutal to watch. Even Chuck Barkley's just like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Reggie's out there, what the fuck is that? Old mate, no mates.
Old mate, no mate.
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 Who's got no mates today? Well, the refs. It was good to see that people were getting on them about some of the horrible fucking calls they were making. Even Reggie was like, what are we doing here? Some fucking bullshit. Brunson getting booed in Indy is pretty fun as well. I enjoy that a lot. But the Pacers fans really, really fucking giving it to the Knicks fans and the Knicks team is just very, very enjoyable, right? So we talk about like the scumbag Knicks fans early on. The Pacers fans are just fucking giddy with the excitement, like just fucking losing it. So they're like booing Brunson, they're giving Cat shit. Like it is just all on, and I love that. So good on them. But yeah, old mate no, it's probably the refs. There was just so many weird, fucky, shitty calls, and like it felt like zero consistency in this game. And if you're a Knicks fan, you're like, what the fuck is a bunch of this shit? You're like, yeah, that tracks. But by the same token, they also took 39 free throws to 32. But that's also probably one of my biggest points about this. That's a fucking horrible game to watch. It was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, but Jesus, refs, pull your heads in. Pantsing of the night. My absolute favourite moment of this game outside of the Obi top in 3 was Delon Wright getting called for a double dribble. It's like, come on, man. It's not fucking your mate Jim on the year 7 fucking black tops of Ballarat High School. What are you doing, Delon? It was such an egregiously shit double dribble as well. I couldn't believe like that he thought he could try to get away with it. And also, the refs are like, what are you doing? What a self-pantsing. Better than Lonzo Ball.
Lonzo was the best player in high school. He was the best player in college. You think he'll get to the pros and be like, I made it to the pros, now I can be average. We're coming for everybody.
Everybody. Benny Mathurin. Ooh, boy, he played 12 minutes, did Benny Mathurin, and he had 20 points. Jesus. 5 of 8 from the floor, 10 of 11 from the line. And this was like, these were crucial moments, it felt like. Like, talk about dumb fouls. He had a really fucking stupid foul early. But either way, it goes 0-2 from deep. But finishes with 20 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. And those free throws were so fucking crucial in what, as I said, 12 minutes of game time. It just came in and it just kept the Pacers moving at times, right? And when you've got a game where Nemhard's not on one, TJ's not really lighting it up on the scoreboard despite going 3 of 4. They needed Benny Mathurin just to like keep the fucking score ticking over. And it was huge. 20 points in 12 minutes. 10 of 11 from the free throw line. That is better than Ben Simmons, Lonzo Ball, and Bronny James. All right, let's do some yeah nahs right after this.
This is Cam Glidden.
This is Anthony Drimmick.
This is Mitch McCarron.
This is Jason Kadee.
This is Darryl McDonald.
Hey guys, this is Hugh Greenwood.
Yo, what's going on? This is Illy.
This is Mark Worthington, or commonly known as Wortho, and you're listening to NBA Australia.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA
and you're
Australia.
listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
Right, let's do some yeah nahs brought to you by you. That's right, you can shout us a beer, shout us a coffee, just hit the link in our bios on the socials and stuff. Help support the show. Be much appreciated. Appreciate all the legends who have already contributed. You're all legends in my book. You can also join the membership club, which is the Dead Set Legends Club, where you get an exclusive extra podcast every month as well. Just heads up. Go check it out. It's the link is in our bio. Shout us a coffee, shout us a beer. Help out in any way you can. Be very much appreciated. Right, let's go. Some yeah nahs. First off, the usual, the loser from today. Hey, are the Knicks cooked, Jim? Yeah, nah. Well, kind of. If Cat's knee's a bit fucked, then yeah, 100%. But 13 teams ever have come back from 3-1 down, right? It's 283 to 13 when teams go up 3-1 in a series. The last one in the conference finals was actually the Kevin Durant death knell in OKC, right? Where they go up 3-1 on the Warriors. We have the Klay Thompson game, and then they go on to lose the title against the Cavs, and KD pulls one of his his biggest first fucking just absolute bitch out moves where he goes to join a 73-win team to glom on for a couple of titles. Anyway, so that was the last time it happened in conference finals. Denver did it twice in 2020, that's the bubble. So that kind of counts, but not that much. You think about other ones, obviously the finals, Cleveland versus the Warriors in 16. It's really fucking hard. And I feel like you have to have something that you can actually sort of latch onto and go, aha, we can do this better than them. You know, OKC, Golden State, their biggest thing was Golden State. They could ramp up their defense to a terrifying degree and their offense was good enough and it didn't matter. And it just put the fucking fear of God into OKC. Cleveland was pretty much the same, right? They're like, we're going to gum it up, fuck their shit up. We're going to go full defense. LeBron and Kyrie and Kevin Love, they'll get us over the top. And it worked. The Knicks, it feels like there is a chance because we know that they can just fuck your shit up sometimes. The problem is they've got to do it 3 straight times. It's gonna be real fucking hard. Are they a chance at fighting back? I think they can win game 5 at home at MSG. And I think Indy closed it out probably back at home. But this is the thing. Indy, if you get them off their feed and like ruin their shit, get them playing the way they don't want to play, you can win those games. The biggest question is like, do you trust the Knicks to do that 3 straight times now? 2 of those games at home. So I feel like it is still possible. It's just really fucking improbable. Dan D has got a yeah, nah. Allowing Haliburton to continually get uncontested layups with no weak side help is an interesting strategy from Tibbs. Yeah, nah, yeah. And this is like the thing that just fucking kept sticking out to me, like watching this game, is that you're like, yeah, the Knicks calling card is kind of meant to be defense. Like, yeah, they traded for Cat, and their defense has just not been that fucking top notch this year. But Tibbs is meant to be that sort of defense first, figure it all out. We've got your shit covered. And the amount of times, and I saw very, very similar to yesterday, right, with the Wolves and OKC, where everything for the Wolves yesterday was a grind. The same thing was happening with the Knicks. Whereas up the other end, OKC, it felt like they were just like, oh, shit, check this out. Pretty easy offensive possession. We score. The exact same thing happening with Indy today. And yeah, just like turning a corner and just going to the fucking hoop is just like, oh, shit. Whereas up the other end, Indy, with their not so vaunted defense, we're just like forming a fucking wall in front of OG, in front of Cat, in front of Bridges. Every time they're trying to, in Brunson, of course, when they're trying to drive, and you're like, oh, geez. This is a bit fucking tough. So, yeah, you're sort of sitting there going, what the fuck are the Knicks doing? It's brutal. Matty B and Matty O, the Matties. We also had 2 other messages as well about this. Not sure about old mate commentators call that they need a VP of common sense that's going to call for more reviews. I thought Reggie was the one that said dumb shit on the TNT commentary team. Thank you, Matty B. And Matty O he chimes in. Did you hear SVG on the call say that the NBA needs a VP of common sense? Yeah, nah. I missed it. I don't know how I wasn't paying attention, but I missed him say it. And I'm like, hang on a second. The vice president of common fucking sense? That's your mate Jim. Did I get hired and I didn't even realize? Or is Stan Van Gundy just a really big NBA Straya fan? It's probably the second one. But yes, we need a vice president of common fucking sense when it comes to reviews, when it comes to challenges, and when it comes to, as I said on yesterday's show, the free throw game, the foul game. Seriously, one shot in the ball. I don't want the defense to like dictate what the offense can and can't do and like taking the options out of their hands about what is going to happen on a possession. It's fucking crazy, right? Anyway, so yes. But yeah, Vice President Common Sense. I'm right here, Adam Silver. Look, 6 figures, we'll chat. Zachy B. Hallie, 32, 12, 15, 4 steals and 0 turnovers. Is that a perfect game? Yeah, nah. Yeah. Like, you go straight to the pool room.
This is going straight to the pool room.
But the crucial part is it's 32, 12, 15, 4 steals, 0 turnovers and a win, right? To go up 3-1 in an Eastern Conference Finals. That's fucking huge. So that is the perfect game. Shot the piss out of it. Was awesome. Great win. And Scotty B enjoyed this one. Finally got to watch a playoff game today at the gym. Wow. OKC is so good. Yeah, yes. Like, I'm so, like, maybe not disappointed, but I am kind of a little bit disappointed. I went into both these series thinking Minnesota and New York, like, there's sort of like a unknowable aspect to what they can do sometimes, where they can just fuck your shit up, and we understand that their ceiling might actually be higher than the teams they're going up against. Their floor, however, is also a bit lower. We saw that throughout the season, and you're seeing it throughout these series. Whereas Indy and OKC, their offenses are so fucking off chops, and then their defenses are just so smart, so quick, and so good that it's like, oh, across a 7-game series, yeah, that's just probably going to win out. And that's where we're at. So I'm feeling a little bit pissy, but anyway. Unpopular opinion of the day.
Now look at me, please. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
Can we fucking... I'm a bit fucking done, and I've been done for a while. I can't do player podcasts anymore. Like, when you got KCP and Dwight Howard saying, yeah, the fucking 2020 Lakers, we were the start of a dynasty, but Rob Pelinka didn't bring us back. It's like, I think KCP was saying, if we kept that together, we would have run off 2 more. So KCP is saying that the 2020 bubble Lakers, who won the most bullshit NBA title of all time, we're going to win. We'll do a rip off a 3-peat. And he's like, yeah, like they would have put LeBron at 6. There would have been no more GOAT talk. And Dwight Howard's like, man, Rob, why'd you do us like that? It's like, guys, we were there. Like, we watched these teams. The reason the Lakers won that fucking bubble title is because you had a bunch of old dudes who got a fucking giant break in the middle of the season, then got to hang out at fucking Disney World and just like hang out, play every game, every couple of days, chill the fuck out, 0 other fucking pressures or stresses. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, we would have won 3. LeBron to be on 6 titles. Well, guess what? To quote Ricky Ponting, yeah, well, he's out now. What the fuck are we doing? KCP and Dwight Howard. Talk about unreliable narrators. Fucking hell. Anyway, Outback Takehouse. It's Wednesday at Outback, and you know what that means? Oh, yeah. The Hump Day Special. That's right, we've gone out to the Outback, taken down a couple of feral fucking camels. Boom. Cut off the humps, stuff them full of mince, some chickpeas, couple of spices and shit. Roast them up and boom, that's your Hump Day Special. It's camel hump, only at Outback. And today's Flame Grilled take is, sorry Knicks fans, but you're seeing the culmination of the Chris Paul corollary. That's right. You can't win a title with a small, ball-dominant guard as your number 1 option. Only at Outback. Just, seriously, think about it for a second and come back to me. You good? All right. 2024 Boston Celtics. Nope. Who's your number 1 option on all these teams? 24 Boston, 23 Denver, 22 Warriors. But Jim, what about Steph? Steph isn't a ball-dominant small guard. Who's your number 1 option? Talk about ball-dominant. You're talking about usage rates through the fucking wahoo. The dude who is like dribbling the fucking ball for 17 seconds. It's not Steph Curry. 21 Bucks, 20 Lakers, 2019 Raptors, the 17-18 Warriors again, 16 Cleveland. I can keep going. Right? 15 Warriors, 14 Spurs, the Heat teams. You might even have to go all the way back to like this 06 Heat. And even then, D-Wade 6'4", played big, wasn't ball dominant to that degree in that year. They also had Shaq. And even if you look at this year's like teams, right? OKC. SGA is 6'6". Haliburton's fucking big too. MJ was 6'6". And like, here we are. The Knicks fans are looking at how, like, Brunson go, oh, yeah, maybe that is the Chris Paul corollary. When your number one dude, most talented leader, guy, whatever on your team, is just a small ball dominant guard, you don't win titles. It's very simple. That's today's Flame Grilled Take. Righto, Australian Player Watch. Geez, again, this is very, very quick, as Johnny Fafe did not get out there, did not play coach's decision, which sucks. It's good to see his little fucking baby face on the sideline though, isn't it? Righto, what about an Andrew Goes Grey Mamba Award for outstanding achievement in the field of... Oh, actually, with the Australian Player Watch, Alex Condon is going back to the Florida Gators and not in the draft anymore, so good on him. He obviously tested the waters to have a bit of a look around, see what's going on. Didn't get a commitment, so he's going back to college, which is smart because he can also make a fuck ton of money. They've just won the title. Jesus. Think about that, NIL. Andrew Gay's Great Mamba Award.
It's the first annual Andrew Gay's Great Mamba.
Outstanding achievement. The field of, we'll sing it out, excellence. So Tyrese Haliburton, we've already hit on it. First player ever in the NBA playoffs to have 32, 12, 15, and 0 turnovers. Absurd. Amazingly enough, this was his 11th career game with 15 assists and 0 turnovers. That's already third all-time behind John Stockton and Chris Paul, who did it 14 and 13 times respectively. Holy shit! That's not fucking bad. Tyrese Haliburton, point god? Question mark. If he wins a title, Jesus. All right, good stuff. How about a bit of a great moment in NBA Australia stat history?
Great moments in NBA Straya stat history.
All right. Casting your mind back, do you want to go back to the 96 Bulls? Fucking love the 96 Bulls. Great moment in NBA Australia stat history. Game 3. As the Bulls kick the absolute ever-living shit out of the Orlando Magic. Luke Longley up against Shaq in Game 3. Rips off a 10-5-1. Not bad. Lucian absolutely towed up Big Shaquille. And then in Game 4 to complete the Eastern Conference Finals sweep, the Bulls taking care of the Magic. Lucian had 6 points and 5 rebounds. It's not bad. He also had 5 turnovers and 6 fouls. Jesus. But we then had our very first Aussie in the NBA Finals in 1996 because of that game. So that is a great moment in NBA Australia stat history. Luke Longley's Game 4 of the 1996 Eastern Conference Finals. 6 points, 5 rebounds, 5 turnovers, and he fouled out. But the giant sandgroper would go on to lead the Bulls to the 96 title. Only at Outback. Well, it's a great moment in NBA Australia stat history as well. Righto, good stuff. How about a bit of a Paddy Mills Game Day Ball or Game Day Twitter check-in? Paddy has got some more excellent stuff, photos from the Misso and some island vibes. I think he's pointing at somebody there. He looks like he's DJing. Might just be hanging out with headphones on. And there's last night with the crew. Oh, that looks pretty great. Nice one. Straight the label. We move different. Ball of Pat. That's straight the label. So yeah, good stuff, Paddy. Congrats to him again. Right, let's do a game preview for tomorrow. Game preview. Game preview. Thanks, Inadvertent Bane. Not a problem, Jim. How's it all going? Yeah, I really wish the baby hadn't gotten me fucking sick. It's very annoying. Really is. Game 5 of the Western Conference Finals is your Thursday morning specialty. Minnesota going back to OKC. They are 8.5-point underdogs. Ooh, Nelly. That's a big number as well, isn't it? So, look, I've gone Minnesota in each of these games so far, so why change now? We'd gone 4 straight correct before today's game, which, thanks a lot, Knicks. But 8.5, right? If you believe that Minnesota have any chance in this series, obviously, we're taking Minnesota. The biggest question for me going into Game 5 of Wolves Thunder is, do the Wolves have any sort of self-respect, right? You're down 3-1. You're going to OKC. Is the end result of your season a gentleman's sweep in the Western Conference Finals? Is it? Or are you going to fucking show some fight? Are you going to get out there? Is Ant-Man going to have a huge game after a really, really disappointing, like, just extremely shitty just game 4, right? At home, where you should have won. If Ant-Man and Julius Randle just aren't shit, they win that game. Now, the Wolves got bounced last year in a gentleman's sweep by the Mavs. They got smoked in game 5 by 21 points. Do we see history repeat itself? Look, I'm probably going to go Minnesota. I want to see them put up a bit of a fight. But the flip side is, if you think Minnesota can win, you take the 8.5 points. The other way goes, though, like, if they lose, I think they get fucking killed. So, as I said, like, they go out like absolute fucking bitches last year, get smashed by Dallas, and if you sort of think the same thing could happen again tomorrow, then OKC, like, go an alternate line of like minus 19.5 and really get it jacked, right? I feel like that's where I'd land. I'm either going to go Minnesota plus 8.5, thinking they can pull out a win, extend the series, go back home. It's just really, really, really frustrating, like, just watching that game 4 where all the role players step up as much as they possibly can and your 2 stars let you down. I think it's really fucking hard to bounce back from that. So, yeah. I reckon the OKC minus 19.5 as well as an alternate is a good little hedge. But Minnesota plus 8.5 for the minute is probably where I land. Real big Ant-Man. It has to be an Ant-Man explosion in this game. Or it's like, pack her up, boys. We are done. He had 36 in the game. Wait, no, what did he have last year in the... 28 in the closeout game last year. It's not quite enough, right? He needs like a 40-point game in game 5. Can he get there? Maybe. But wow. When the defense is just so tilted towards you, it's really, really hard. That OKC fan base will be absolutely off their heads, so I don't know. Either way, you can follow all the vibes over at Dabble. Use the code NBA Australia, of course. You can join up using the link in our bio or the link in our show description. Bang that through. Go check it out. You can follow and copy all the stuff that we do. Like a million different same gamers. We smashed a Haliburton one today, I think. Either way, there's lots of stuff there. Go check it out if you want to, so be much appreciated. Either way, so I think for the minute, we're going to go Minnesota plus 8.5. We'll do a video tomorrow morning just to sort of like figure out exactly what our final vibe is. But yeah, Minnesota, like, I want to believe. They've shown us all year that they've got like a level they can get to. As I said earlier, right? They have a ceiling that is fucking massive. They also have a terrifyingly shitty floor where their offense just falls apart. And they already got the really good role player game. So what can they do in game 5 as a response? Yeah. Doesn't sound great, does it? Yeah, I feel like we might end up going OKC tomorrow, but either way, that'll do us for today. What do you reckon? Oh, yeah, Jim, I reckon that'll do. Yeah, not bad. So, make sure you see that video by following us on the socials, Twitter, Facey, IG, TikTok, and YouTube. Get all around all of them. We're all over the socials all the time. And NFL Australia, myself and Gaz. So make sure you rate, review, star, subscribe, all the good stuff on your podcast app, your Apple Podcast, your Spotify's, YouTube. Jump in the DMs, jump in the comments, say g'day, send through yeah, nahs. I'll hit you back up, get you in the show. It's all good. It really does help out as well. So, you know, if you can rate, review, star, very much appreciated. There's only a little bit of time left in this season, so help a brother out. You can also shout us a drink, shout us a beer, shout us a coffee. Join up for the Dead Set Legends membership club as well with the link in our bio as well. You get an extra fucking awesome, special, unique, just for you members podcast each month as well. So go check that out. Shout us a coffee, shout us a beer. Link is in the bio. And you can also, as I mentioned earlier, dabble. Jump on that. Use the code NBA Australia. You can follow and copy all the stuff we do. Big thanks always go to From Oslo for the intro and outro song. Check out House Hats, Joshua De Laurentiis, Fascinated Goldmines, Ramshackle Army, Iowa, Section Green, and Dozers. They're behind all the tunes you hear. So smash them on Bandcamp, Triple J Nerf, Face Apple Music, Spotify. If you listen to your bands, follow your bands. Remember, NBA Australia Sports Australian bands. I'm going to be at Luley Tavern this weekend to see Gold Mines, my mates. That'll be fun. All right, that's it for today because I just need to fucking go sit down because I feel like crap. So we will catch you tomorrow, you dickheads. This is NBA Australia saying, look after yourselves, would ya? And let the hose on! G'day, legends. Your mate Jim from NBA Straya here. That's right, I'm doing a thing at the end of the show. In the business, we call it a thing at the end of the show, I guess. I don't know. Either way, all I'm just saying is just make sure you're rating, reviewing, starring, subscribing across all of the apps that you use for NBA Australia. Jump in the comments, give us a shout. We'll bang you in, yeah, nahs. Any other questions? I'll have a crack. I've got nothing better to do, basically. Also, just ask any questions, tell me what you want to hear from the show, and sing out and let us know. And of course, if you want to help support the show, jump on the old dabble, use that code NBA Australia, click on the link that's in the show description or on the socials. It goes up whenever I do the morning vibes, etc. So if that's your thing, jump on there, use that code NBA Australia, and remember, look after yourselves, would you?